Welcome back inside the fish tank after a long wait for our next episode. We've all been busy and everything. This will be one of our better episodes, and I can promise you that, as there will be ranting, screaming, and just pure frustration from all of us, actually. So we're gonna get in. We'll each give each other some time to explain the current situation and what and why fantasy football is just gutless. And then we'll go into a little bit of the situation, talk about who's looking good for the playoffs, who's looking in a good position right now. And once again, I'm Thomas Walsh, and I'll pass it on to my co-host Andrew Sverator.
Oh, Thomas Walsh. It has certainly been a long time as I get a phone call as soon as this thing starts. But we've just been really busy. And for some of us, like Thomas Walsh, it has been a lot longer than for the other three of us. But we're all very excited to be back. And like Thomas said, this is a very special episode. It's going to be very feisty.
Exciting.
Yeah, we are in this episode. We're gonna, like Tom said before, but let's just put it simple. We are going to yell. We're gonna yell about everything football. We're gonna yell at each other. We're gonna rip each other.
Just rip each other open.
Oh, absolutely. Somebody told me that the Vegas odds were over under on the amount of gutless pukes and clowns in this episode as
40.5.
I'll take the over. I'll take the over on that.
I'll take the over as well.
All right. Since Thomas hasn't been here in a while, we'll give him the floor first. Well, let's see what Thomas has to get off his chest for right now.
Thomas Walsh. Let's see it, bud.
Okay, so here's what I have to get off my chest. ESPN Fantasy Football is gutless for the fact that Taysom Hill was allowed to throw at tight end. I'm gonna read everyone what happened in my matchup. Okay, I'm just gonna say going into Monday night, I was down about 29 points. Okay, and I played Taysom Hill, and one of who I played along with Taysom Hill, the number one quarterback, Kyler Murray. He didn't have his best game. I actually believe he had his worst game. But the fact that someone was able to start Kyler Murray with Taysom Hill at his at his tight end, One of his tight end was Noah Fant. He had 9 points, okay? I lost by 2.9 points, okay? I had Cooper Kupp Monday night, who dropped 25 points for me, okay? I need him to drop 28, 29 in between there. And you tell me I lost because Taysom Hill was allowed to play a tight end? No, that's gutless, okay? I mean, it's just complete bullshit. Cooper Kupp has the game of his life. The half of his life. That half was insane. He had 9 catches for, I believe it was 9 catches for something in the first half.
Or something.
In the first half. And I thought I won. All I needed was 5 catches for 48 yards to win. That's all I needed. And you're going to tell me he doesn't get there? And my punishment for Cooper Kupp not putting up 29 points because Taysom Hill started at tight end. You tell me that's my punishment? I lose because of that? No, that is.
All right. And here's the counterpoint to that. Your team is way worse than Luke's. Your team sucked, and you didn't belong in the same field with Luke's team. And also a second point to that: if ESPN had Taysom Hill as tight end eligible because he had been playing tight end earlier in the year, Jameis Winston was supposed to be the quarterback this week, but in practice, Hill obviously looked better. So they just decided to go with Hill, who happened to play tight end earlier in the year. It's absolutely justifiable that he is tight end eligible just for that week. We understand now he's the quarterback, so ESPN made the right change back to quarterback this week.
They couldn't have made this adjustment. What did they expect to happen? Did they expect him to have 10 points as the starting quarterback? Is that what? Answer that question for me, Fish. Why didn't they do it the week he got named starting quarterback? What did they expect him to put up 10? Because no, they didn't. They expected him to put up 18, and they still kept his eligibility.
All right.
They changed it on Monday. They didn't even wait for the week to end to change it. Do you not realize that? They didn't even wait for the week to end.
All right. So let's just say, for argument's sake, let's just say Michael Thomas was named starting quarterback tomorrow. Are they going to right this second now change him to just QB eligible? No, they're going to leave him at wide receiver eligible and QB. No.
Oh, wow.
And another thing on that subject, Thomas, come on. You say that. I heard that over the weekend. All you kept on saying was Oh, Taysom Hill is bailing Luke out. Taysom Hill is bailing
And
Luke
what
out.
did he-
Well,
what
guess
did he
what?
do?
I witnessed.
Well,
What did
guess
he do?
what?
Did he
Well, guess
bail him
what?
out? Did he not bail him out? Sparator, did he not bail him out? All seriousness, you're telling me 24 points at the tight end position? His team played
I
like
plead the
garbage.
fifth.
Well, all right. Well, no, I don't plead the fifth. Well, guess what? All right, so Taysom Hill was Luke's second top scorer. Well, guess what? Let's take your second top scorer out and let's see where your totals are. Come on. You can't just take players out of his lineup.
It was my quarterback, dude. Like, I don't know what to tell you. That's in his quarterback position. Not a
You can't
quarterback in his
you
tight
can't
end
just
position.
you can't just take a player out of his lineup just because you don't think he should be in that spot and just leave your lineup alone. No, it's equal. You got to take him from both of your
Then
teams.
why did ESPN take him out of tight end eligibility? Answer that question.
He's not a tight end anymore.
And he was a tight end this week?
Well, they didn't know what he was going to be. He was previously a tight end. He just got named the starting quarterback.
He was announced the starting quarterback. Obviously, he's not going to be playing tight end.
Just got named the starting quarterback.
And they couldn't fix. They had 4 days to fix it. They
That's
couldn't
not
do that.
how it works. You can't just snap your fingers and change it.
Oh yeah. Are you kidding me?
No.
Yes, they can. They snap their fingers to update a questionable to doubtful, questionable to going to play.
You think they just put
That's
a random?
not even-
You think they just put a random letter down? There's a process behind that. Doubtful means they're doubtful to play. Questionable means
Okay, so you're telling me they can't take
Thomas.
off eligibility? Because they took that eligibility off as soon as he put up 24 points.
I'm sure there's not one guy just sitting there on his computer in charge of the whole thing, just saying, "Oh, I'm gonna remove tight end eligibility for this." There was probably a whole entire conference with a bunch of different people.
You're
So
telling me
whether or not
did
they should
that
keep that.
before he started at quarterback.
Well, I don't know what to
You're
tell
not
you
telling me he
there.
should have been eligible at tight end for this week.
That's not my issue. That's ESPN's issue.
Go.
Gags, we know you were a supporter of. All right, so wait.
Thank you,
Before,
Gags. Thank you.
before I get to the gags part, let me just announce to everyone that before
Now you're eliminated
Sunday.
from the playoffs. Now shut up, Gags. Let's hear your.
No.
on a sec. I have
Shut
something
your
to say here,
goddamn
too.
mouth. Shut your damn mouth, Thomas.
PG.
Let me talk for a second. All right, so before the Sunday's game, on Friday and Saturday, Thomas was petitioning for Taysom Hill by our league manager, by our commissioner, on our own, to remove Taysom Hill of tight end eligibility, which would have been completely unfair to Luke, who had been planning for him to be tight end, to play at tight end the whole week. Would have been completely unfair. Completely unfair, because you can't just ask him to pivot his whole entire lineup just for that week on that short notice.
No, imagine switching.
So you know what? In the most gutless way possible, you call up the commissioner and you create
Wow.
this little loophole to
Wow.
try to get Taysom Hill removed. And I was shocked when I saw Vincent Gagliardo, who's a well-respected man now in our league, side with Thomas and try to bail Thomas out. Do you want Thomas to have like every excuse in the
This
book?
lost by 2.9 points when his tight end position who played quarterback at 24.42 points. It's ridiculous.
Gags, give us some insight on this.
So when I saw that Taysom Hill was going to be the starting quarterback, I was also kind of pissed because I picked him up and no one thought that Taysom Hill would be the quarterback, so I traded him for Le'Veon Bell.
Well, that's your fault.
Yeah, well, that's
And then
my
what
fault.
did you do 2 days later with Bell?
You
I
dropped him.
dropped him because I had a trade
Wow.
for more players. But okay, so this is my theory on Taysom Hill. I just thought that do you guys know when he was named the starting quarterback? Wednesday. If that game, if the week? Oh wait, the week didn't start yet because Thursday the week starts, right?
Not start yet.
Thursday the week starts, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if the Saints named him as a starter, I mean, I guess also they didn't ESPN wouldn't know if he was going to be using different packages and if Jameis Winston was.
That's right.
You can't name someone the starting quarterback and then play him at tight end. That's just not. I mean, that's not.
So Gags, you're obviously warming up. You're obviously warming up to our side right now, and this is why I was upset with you. How could you on earth try to
don't even
stand.
switch.
How would you stand for that?
You
First of
know
all,
it's
one
unfair.
point
Don't switch.
for your own playoff sake, you want Thomas to lose. And second of all, why would you try to bail
That's
Thomas
my
out
point.
when he's
Oh my
trying to
God.
come up with
Oh
so
my
many
God.
excuses?
I feel like if any of us
Shut
was
up,
Tom,
Gags.
I feel like
Shut up, Gags. Stop talking right now. You just said the reason that people voted yes, that Luke should be able to start Taysom Hill. I talked to 3 different people who said that they would have voted no if it wasn't for the playoff race. Out of TJ,
Well, you didn't talk to me then. You didn't talk to me then.
Said that he would have voted yes, but because he needs me to lose and we are in a close wildcard race, he voted no. Luke Yurchik himself said that if he didn't have Taysom Hill, he would have voted no, he should not be able to start. But because he had him, he did. So that's 2 people.
Wait a second. That is very big news. Repeat that again. Breaking news on the podcast. Breaking news. Repeat that part again.
And Taysom Hill.
No. Repeat the part about Luke Yurchek. What did Luke Yurchek say to you?
Luke
Luke
Breaking
Yurchik,
news.
the owner of Taysom Hill.
The owner of Taysom Hill, who beat me only because of that, said that he would have contacted people who have affiliations with ESPN and would have talked to Sam. Yes, and would have talked to Sam as well.
Commissioner.
If he was in my position. He knows a guy that works from ESPN. He said he would have contacted him immediately after he was announced the starting quarterback. Now that.
Oh my God! Luke Yurchek. Now we got to pivot for a second. Luke Yurchek is a gutless fraud now. He's a fraud. Luke Yurchek is a fraud now.
Nick Mamey and Andrew Hanlon were there to hear the words out of his mouth. Nick Mamey.
Wow.
They were here to hear the words out of his mouth. He said,
"Breaking news on the Fish Tank podcast."
Wow, this is unbelievable. These are unforeseen circumstances. We had no idea were going to happen. Thomas Walsh, whether it's true or not, we'll find out later. He is revealing now.
You know, I'm gonna make a call real quick and see if
he is revealing now that Luke Yurchek is a complete fraud. Luke Yurchek contacted me. He contacted Justin Stahl, and he asked me to contact Gags, and I'm sure he contacted Gags himself too, petitioning for our yes votes that he should be tight end eligible. But at that same time, behind everyone's back, he thought himself that Taysom Hill should not be tight end eligible.
Clown.
That is unbelievable, and he just lost all credibility. Sperator, what do you make of this? Now, breaking news on the Fish Tank.
Well, I kind of wanted to dive into this matchup a little deeper, but I guess since you're asking me this, I kind of already knew about this, but I didn't really make a big
Oh my God! But this changes the whole entire situation for me. This changes it all for me.
Does it really change the fact that Thomas is complaining so much about this, about Taysom Hill being able to start? I don't think it really does.
I mean, this is just God!
I feel like if any one of us was in Walsh's position, we would be as frustrated as him and would be saying.
Well, here's the
thing. So therefore,
if any of us were in Thomas's position, we'd probably be doing the same thing.
Hold up, everyone.
No, I wouldn't. That is false.
We have an eyewitness on the phone to explain the details of the event. Andrew, welcome to the show. Can you explain to us what happened while we were getting empanadas on Wednesday?
Oh boy.
Hello, everyone. So, Luke was talking about this Taysom Hill stuff, and he said that with Thomas, he would complain to the people at his internship because he interns with ESPN. That's what happened.
Wow. And he said if he was in my position,
wow,
he would do the same exact thing as me. So this is proof that he's a gutless puke.
This just shows your chicken.
Continue.
What?
Continue.
I would just like to say that Andrew Sperator is a clown and a gutless.
Thank you for the
Hang up the phone right now. Hang up the phone right now.
Andrew Sperator, what is your response to that?
Well, first of all, this kid is sitting on his couch at home, and he has the balls to say that on live. Who does this kid think he is?
That is uncalled for.
You have some pretty small balls after benching Robert Woods.
Hold on a second here. We'll get to that in a second. We're focused on you. So why don't we go back to the original topic of conversation? I'm not done ripping you yet. Let me do that. Let me do that right now.
Give Sperator the floor. All right.
So Thursday night game last week. It was Seahawks versus the Arizona Cardinals. Now Thomas said before that on Luke Yurchik's team, the guy that
I know this point.
the guy that we're talking about, that Thomas played.
He did.
Yes,
He did.
Kyler Murray.
He had I believe one.
Hold on a second. Shut up.
No. He
Shut
had one
up.
catch
Shut
in
your
the first
damn
half.
mouth.
He
Shut
had
your damn mouth.
for a touchdown.
Shut your
One
mouth. Kyler Murray and DK Metcalf both played for Luke Yurchik on Thursday night. Now let me just read you a statistic. Prior to this week, Kyler Murray and DK Metcalf on a per game basis combined for an average of 50 points per game.
Wow.
50 points. That is a lot of points. 30 from Kyler and 20 from Metcalf. Now, through the entire game, Metcalf is really not doing much.
He had a touchdown on the first drive.
Besides the one
Shut
touchdown
up.
he had on the first drive. That accounted for Thomas, stop talking.
Oh my!
counted
You're not
for
gonna calculate that. You're not gonna-
75% of his total points of the entire game.
How did T. Higgins do?
That's not the argument right now. We're focused on you. We'll get to that in a second. Focus on you right now. You got guys that are averaging 30, 50 points combined a game, and you have the audacity
Hold on
to
a second.
say,
I have the floor. They come out for 50 points a game.
You can have the form. You bench someone that put up 30 points. Third round pick.
Metcalf
Third round pick. He
catches-
benched for a rookie who put up 5 points. He put up
Metcalf
5.
has 3 catches the entire game. He has 3 catches the entire game. 3 catches in that first touchdown that saved his entire week. Now Thomas Walsh has
Did he
the
not get bailed out by that
to say
touchdown?
Luke
Did
is
he
getting
not get
bailed
bailed out
out.
by that
He has
touchdown?
the audacity to say Luke is getting bailed out after people that combined for 50 points on average every week score a
So
total
wait a
of
second.
35 points.
wait a
Not even
second. Let me
35
get this
points.
straight. So the players that average 50 combined points per game a week are actually underperforming their
By a
average
wide
for the
margin.
season by a wide margin. And he has the audacity to say that Luke's
Luke
getting
is getting
bailed
bailed
out by
out.
those players. My God.
That
Get in
is
line. You are
I mean,
out of
honestly,
line.
Walsh, you started
You
Brian
are
Hill.
out of line.
You started Brian Hills when you're. Oh, you didn't?
No, get this guy off the podcast. I didn't start no Brian Hill.
You are gutless and you are out of line. You need to find your place.
You can call me gutless when you aren't eliminated from the playoffs.
Yeah,
What?
how about-
Wait a second. So why? Just because I'm eliminated in this league's playoffs means I can't talk about anything? Guess what? I'm the favorite in Dynasty. I'm the favorite in Dynasty. I'm the favorite in Dynasty. I'm the favorite.
We both had our first round picks injured, and who ended up getting a very good team, and who ended up going? What's your record? 3-3.
I'm the favorite in Dynasty, and I've got 3 first-round draft picks.
I
Why
wouldn't
don't you
say
talk
that.
about that
I
league?
wouldn't say
Why
that.
don't you talk about that league?
I have more points scored than you in Dynasty, so I don't want to hear that.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Check the
Oh.
standings. You are ignorant to the subject. You are ignorant to the subject because that is false. That is fake news.
If I'm wrong, that is my apologies.
Yeah, well, all right. Well, get ready to
hold on a
apologize because
second
you
here.
are wrong. I know
9
that for a
points,
fact.
Fish. 9 points. And guess who's kicked out
We
the
need somebody to check that too because I think it's more.
No, it's not wrong. 1,643 to 1,600.
All right. Well, that brings us now to the second point. And
No,
after
no,
I make
I'm
my
not gonna-
point. No. Wait a second.
I haven't had my best player all year. I haven't had my best player all
Well,
year.
my best player got hurt in week 2. What are you talking about?
And my third best player has played 4 games. So if you want to come to me and saying how you have
My
more
second and third, my third and fourth round
Oh.
picks are out for the year.
Oh, and my
And
starter
they're much
was
better than your
averaging 30
players.
points a game.
They're
Done.
much better than your players. All right, wait a second. Now let me make my other point where I want to see what Gax has to say after this too. Thomas claims that for some idiotic reason, he claims that he's been more lucky this year, that he's been more lucky than me.
I will
No, I
argue
mean,
this point
no,
for
Thomas claims that
hours.
he's been more
For
unlucky.
hours.
Thomas
Unlucky?
claims that he's been more unlucky than me.
No,
Well, guess
no,
what?
hey,
Well, all right,
if
so wait a
We're
second.
gonna-
Wait a second.
we're gonna stay
Wait
on
a
the-
second.
where's
Wait a second.
Where's the mute button?
Wait a
God.
second.
No.
Wait
Fish,
a
stop
second.
talking. I am the host of this show, so you're going to stop talking.
Oh, hold
Wait
on
a
a second.
second.
It's called the
Hold
Fish
on a
Tank,
second.
Vaughn!
He says he's the host of the show. He hasn't been here in 2 months, and he comes in and says he's the host of the show. What is he talking about?
Fisher, you started a podcast without me because I was at the gym.
How is that my
You
problem?
said, yeah, No, wait a second. You said that you could be here on a specific time, and you're always late. What are you talking about?
We were waiting here for
The gym runs
20
a little late
minutes.
sometimes.
All right, well, guess what? Thomas, let's just say for argument's sake, we've had the same amount of injuries and that we've had the same amount of,
What?
effect on
I'll
our
let you
team.
finish.
For argument's sake, even though it's not true, I've been impacted way more than you.
Yes.
Let's just say for argument's sake
How?
that we're the same.
Can we
For
explain?
argument's sake, we're the same.
No. You're gonna stop talking. Can we explain? Both of us have our
Does
time.
this guy ever let somebody finish a point?
No.
Donald Trump.
We are going to explain our
He is
injuries.
Donald Trump.
Fish, you can go first. Explain your injuries, and then I'll explain mine, and then we'll have.
No, that's not the point. Let's just say for argument's sake, we've had the same. Your record is 5-6. Mine is 2-9.
Because I've managed a better
I am more
team.
unlucky than you.
Because I've managed a better team.
No, I've been more unlucky than you. You have done nothing. Your team is garbage.
Yeah, because trading Deshaun Watson and Julian Edelman for
My
James
God.
Robinson, that's poor management.
My
Trading
God.
Kenny Galladay for DeAndre Swift and Jerry Jeudy, poor management. Because now
All
DeAndre.
right, let me ask you. How's it working out for you right now? How's it working out?
Honestly, Kenny Galladay's still out. Christian McCaffrey's still out. It's honestly going great.
Oh yeah. So a 5-6 record. That's going pretty good, right?
Because I lost
I just
because
want
of
to tell everyone.
Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill is the
He-
reason
he
I
traded-
lost.
He traded
My
Christian McCaffrey for Joe Mixon and AJ Brown.
Oh, you want to talk
which
about
Joe Mixon has been.
Oh my God! Trading Chris McCaffrey for a player who's supposed to come back week 9, and then he sits out 2 weeks and then gets put on the
We
IR.
all knew he had a worse injury. We all knew that. No one thought he was coming back.
You traded Taysom Hill for Le'Veon Bell and then dropped him. Shut up.
That has nothing to do with the point. Nothing to do with the point.
Right. Anybody have anything else they want to say about
Yes, I
Thomas
do.
Walsh and his entire situation? All
Yes,
right,
I
go
do
ahead.
actually.
Without interruption.
Chiming into what Fish was saying, Thomas Walsh is more unlucky than he's saying he's more unlucky than Fish is gutless for many reasons. But one of the main reasons that I believe it is far from the truth is because Thomas Walsh. So for just context, we have our normal redraft league that runs every year, and then this year we started our dynasty league.
Oh my! Don't even get me started.
Without interruption. So the way we pick draft order is we put all the names in a hat or something.
Oh, this is a great point.
Not exactly
Great
like
point.
that. Something like that. All 12 people have their name in the bowl, and they're randomly picked. So
This point's gonna prove nothing after I talk. Just continue.
we picked the draft order for both leagues relatively close to each other. And in both leagues, he got the number one overall pick.
Both leagues, he got hurt.
I just
You
want to
still
say
got the number one overall
just
pick
wanna-
in both leagues.
I just
Jags,
want to say,
Jags.
me and Walsh decided, not just me and Walsh, but other people, we just decided to do a fantasy basketball league today, and we just did the draft pick order, and Thomas
And what
Walsh
pick did he have?
the first pick
Giannis,
again.
Oh my God.
Giannis, baby,
You're the luckiest person ever. You get bailed out constantly just by luck.
Constantly.
And everybody knows it too.
Didn't he have
Everybody.
No, never mind.
And a couple of years ago, he had the number one pick, and he had Todd Gurley finish as the number one fantasy running back. My
Last
God.
year, third pick and took CMC. The year before, I had the second pick and took. Who did I take?
You get a top 2 selection every single year
So
in
lucky.
every single league.
Top 3, actually.
Oh, yeah, my
I'm
bad.
sorry.
Which ended up being
All
Christian
right.
McCaffrey.
All right, I think that's going to conclude our Walsh segment for Grievances with Walsh. Do we have any volunteers on what the next segment will be about? All right, Andrew
I'm gonna
Sparator, go
review
ahead.
Reds. I'm going to
All right,
Reds.
Thomas, shut up.
Oh, my God.
Andrew
This,
Sparator is
let me
going.
just put out there, this has nothing to do with Fish, Thomas, or Gags. This is completely my, my ripping. So let me read you a name, Michael Thomas. Now, it's not the Michael Thomas on the Cincinnati Bengals. It's not him. It's not the Michael Thomas on the New York Jets. No, it's the Michael Thomas that in 2019 broke the single season receptions record. So Michael Thomas, I did not draft Michael Thomas. Who drafted Michael Thomas?
Amen.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Mame did.
Week 1, he gets injured on a completely irrelevant play because the game's already over. He gets injured with a high ankle sprain. The next 2 weeks, he sits out. All right.
I traded for him.
Yes, you traded for him during that span. The next 2 weeks, he sits out. Then week 4 comes along. Week 4, everybody is like, Michael Thomas is coming back this week. Be ready to plug him into your lineups with the same expectations you had last year. Now, prior to week 4, I made probably the worst trade in fantasy football history, but we don't need to get into that right now. I traded for
Gags,
Michael
you're
Thomas.
a genius. Gags, you're a genius.
I traded for Michael Thomas for this guy right above me. And week 4, on like the Saturday before kickoff, he gets ruled out. And all right, that's fine.
And Joe Mixon has a 42-point game.
He gets ruled out. That's fine. He was almost ready to come back. He's surely gonna come back next week, right? Next week. The Sunday of week 5, while the games are going on, while the 1:00 games are going on, there's a report that comes out that Michael Thomas is ruled out again. Now, people are saying that he was supposed to come back last week from the injury. What is this for? And then another alert comes out later. It is completely unrelated to the injury. And then this starts to get fantasy managers all confused, and they don't know what's going on here. And about 20 minutes later, the final report comes out that Michael Thomas punched his teammate in the face. He punched his teammate in the face during practice, and he gets benched for this. This is beyond infuriating. He was supposed to come back 2 weeks ago when I traded for him, and now he punches his teammate in the face. He's ready to come back from injury, and he punches his teammate in the face. I don't know how many times I'm going to say he punches his teammate in the face, but it needs to be elaborated because it's so pathetic and gutless. Now I hold on to this clown. Next week he has the bye. All right, fine. His punishment's over. Next week he's going to come back. No, he pops up on the injury report again with a hamstring injury. How do you do that after you get suspended for punching your teammate in the face? You get a hamstring injury? Where does that come from? Week 8.
You can't make it up.
Week 8. He's finally ready to come back. He's ready. He's healthy. He's been practicing the week. Saturday, he gets ruled out again. Ruled out again. This guy's been sitting on my team for 5 weeks. Every week I'm saying the same thing. He's going to come back this week. He's going to come back this week. He's going to come back this week. No. He doesn't come back till week 9. Week 9, he finally comes back. Michael Thomas, the best wide receiver in football last year, is finally ready to return. And guess what? He sucks. He is completely terrible. He's a waste of a starting spot. He gets 5 catches for 51 yards. The guy that broke the single season reception record last year gets 5 catches. The next game, fine. He's come back from injury. He's rusty. It was his first game back. We'll cut him a little slack. No, the next game, he gets 2 catches. He gets 2 catches the entire game. This is pathetic. I'm beyond frustrated at this point. So, you know what I do? Guess what I do? Gags, tell him what I do.
He trades him away?
I trade him away. This guy has been sitting on my roster for like 10 weeks at this point, and I trade him away when he's finally back. And what does he do next week? Gags, you could tell him again.
He puts up 20 points, baby.
It's disgraceful. You can't make it up. My team is cursed with Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas is gutless. He's a clown.
I'd say I'm just a genius. I'd say I'm just a genius. I don't know.
I would like to say something. Can you go more in depth on a situation? Can you talk about the T. Higgins versus Robert Woods situation?
No,
Wait
Thomas,
a second.
We're still on this.
We'll get to that in a second.
I'm excited for that.
We're still on MT13 Beast.
I'm really
and then Michael Thomas, he continues to have the audacity to run his mouth on Twitter too. Are you kidding me? You're garbage. You haven't done a thing all year. This guy, as Ferreter said, he broke the reception record last year with Drew Brees, a Hall of Fame quarterback. And guess what? In the games he was back with Brees, he's terrible. Terrible. And then this week he's got Taysom Hill, he hasn't started an NFL game at quarterback in his life.
Oh, but don't worry.
When he decides to have 9 catches for 100 yards.
Shut up, Wall. Shut up.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut your damn mouth. My God. Enough about Taysom Hill. You lost. Your team sucks, and you're not and you're garbage.
Yes, I offered you Kenny Galladay for Travis Fulgham, and you said no. So shut up.
Oh my God. Yeah, because guess what? At the time, Fulgham had the most points since he made his debut at the receiver position in the entire NFL. What don't you understand about that?
Yes, 3.6.
What don't you understand about that?
3.6 points combined since that trade was offered.
What don't you understand about the stat I just brought up? That's why I didn't trade him. That's
You
why.
understand how Carson Wentz is garbage.
Well, he'd been competent up until that point.
I wouldn't say you've been competent.
And guess what? Well, you know what? I just thought as Travis Fulgham has 2.6 points in his last 2 games combined. Well, guess how much Galladay has? 0.
I guarantee you, Galladay puts up. Galladay plays on Thanksgiving. 15 guaranteed. I'll put.
Well, guess what? He might not
even
play on Thanksgiving either.
He might not even play.
Oh my God!
What do you have to lose, my guy? You've been out since like week 3.
Say that again.
I said you have nothing to lose. You've been out of playoff contention since week 3.
Oh my God! But I'm gonna start players that are active. I'm not gonna start players that are inactive.
I wouldn't be starting Travis Fulgham if I was you.
Oh my! Well, I didn't start him last week. That's a ridiculously bad take, Thomas. You really should be ashamed of yourself. You know what? You're in that nice room of yours right now. The parents you live with, your family, you embarrassed them and yourselves tonight. That's a horrendous take.
If the season were to end today, I'm in the playoffs and you're not. Gags, you're not. Spiritual, you're not. I'm the only one that's in the playoffs right now.
Well, guess what? Because you're the luckiest player here in the season of luck by far.
Kenny Galladay, Cortland Sutton. I trade them away.
Those players aren't on your team now. They're not on your team.
They were. Are you retarded?
You haven't had to suffer the way we have with injured players, like I have.
That's a terrible take. Terrible take.
No, it's not. How?
I just told you, CMC, Kenny Galladay.
You were able to trade CMC for value.
Okay.
Fish couldn't.
Oh wait, what do you think? What do you think I'm going to trade George Kittle for right now? What do you think I'm trading George Kittle for right now?
Poor management. Let's talk about poor management. Thomas Walsh, he keeps talking about Christian McCaffrey. He's so good.
Because he loves him. He wants to have sex with him.
You know he goes out and trades him for? He goes and trades him for Joe Mixon, who also hasn't played the entire season.
And A.J. Brown.
On your team right now.
Who I turned into Will Fuller and Giovanni Bernard. Chill out, everyone.
Oh my. Now I think it's time. I think it's time now that we delve into Andrew Sferator's horrifying, gutless, clownish, just completely embarrassing and disgraceful Week 11 on both fronts. All right, let me start. All right, you know what? Let me give Sferator the floor first. I know he's on mute right now. Well, get yourself off mute.
I'll take the floor for Sferator. This man started T. Higgins over his 3rd-round pick, Robert Woods, who ended up putting up 30 points. And want to know how many points T. Higgins put up? Want to know how many? 5. 5,
yeah.
If he started his 3rd-round pick instead of this, don't get me wrong, T. Higgins.
But Thomas, let me give you some info. He was going up against the number 1 defense against wide receivers.
You're right. So
Robert Woods was my 4th pick.
Stud. You start your studs in fantasy football. You don't bench them and try to get cute for starting T. Higgins. And you know what? It cost you the week. That was a horrifying.
Unmute yourself. I have a question to ask you. Seriously. When you think of the Buccaneers defense, and I think this goes for everyone, you think of their run defense. And if you don't, then okay. When I hear the Buccaneers defense, I think of their run defense. And you're going to be telling me they're going to be running with Darrell Henderson? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, we'll save the Darrell Henderson.
No, I don't care. I'm saying, do you really think they're going to be successful running the ball with Darrell Henderson?
I don't care if they're going to be successful.
Then what are they going to do?
They were also a top 10 pass defense.
What are they going to do then?
I have no idea. That's not my job to
And if
game
you
plan for the Rams.
the 6-3 Rams should just get shut out or 10 points. That game, I mean, that's terrible. They're not going to run the ball, so what are they going to do? They're going to throw the ball. And how many catches did he end up with? 12? I believe it was 11, 12. No, I believe it was
Robert Woods, I think, at 12 for 130 and 1.
and a touchdown. Yeah, and a touchdown. So
Yeah.
that's gutless. Is he in your line?
You know what? I'm still waiting. He's been silent this entire time. I'm waiting for a sane explanation on how you start T. Higgins in this spot.
Yeah, what was
it
your
cost
mindset?
you your matchup. What is going through that head? And if we don't get an answer, you need your head examined. Your head needs to be examined.
I'll give you the simple answer.
Give
T.
me an
Higgins,
answer.
Ride the hot hand.
Higgins.
Can't you? He says ride the hot hand.
T. Higgins, weeks 3 to 10, 17 points per game. Robert Woods, weeks 3 to 10, 15 points per game. There's my answer.
Ew.
Repeat that a
Ew.
second. I didn't get it.
T. Higgins, weeks 3 to 10.
Repeat those stats.
No one who asked about what T. Higgins did weeks 3 to 10.
I want to hear the stats. I didn't get them.
T. Higgins, weeks 3 to 10, 17 points per game. Robert Woods, weeks 3 to 10, 15 points per game.
All right. Oh, wait a second. You need to be ripped right this second. You know what Sperator's whole little attitude is right now? And you know what his new mantra is now for fantasy football? I'm going to be Mr. Analytic Guy, and I'm going to use the analytics and the numbers to win my fantasy football matchups. Well, guess what? It blew up in your face. And you lost miserably to Kevin Welk, who fielded a minor league squad. And guess what? You're not going to make the playoffs because of that. How are your little analytics working out for you now? Let me hear.
He started Matt Breida.
The analytics, they're called analytics for a reason. They're not always right, but they're right more than they're wrong.
You know what? Fantasy football is so not even comparable to analytics. It's more based on gut and feeling than anything.
Yeah, especially this year.
That's mind-boggling stuff. And everybody in the league except for Sperator doesn't everybody in the league knows it too.
All right, now it's my turn here. I'm here to tell you that the entire league has no guts.
One more thing on your Higgins and Woods thing. All right.
Oh, it's a little laggy on my end. Sorry. So
wait a second. Robert Woods and T. Higgins, you said you were quoted earlier today as saying that if you were given the opportunity, you would make the same call again. You would do the same exact thing again.
That's gutless.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, everybody, gather close to the phone. Gather around, and listen very, very closely. And I'm going to quote the great Buck Showalter here, the baseball savant. If you make a decision and it's the wrong decision, and you say, again, in hindsight, that you would do the same thing over and over again, you are a moron. You're a moron. It's as simple as that.
Well, here's what I have to say about this subject. The entire league has no guts. And let me tell you why that's true.
You can't just say that because you made
Thomas.
loudest decision I've ever seen.
Shh.
Gutless.
I had this entire last week, leading up to the Sunday, I had Robert Woods sitting on my bench the entire week. Everyone, if you looked at my team, you knew I was benching Robert Woods for T. Higgins. And guess what? Guess who called me out on it? Guess. Take a wild guess. Nobody. There's the answer. It's nobody. You want to know why? Because no one has the guts. And if they were wrong, they were going to get ripped before it because I was going to make the right decision. But no one had the guts to call me out on it. Now, after the fact, obviously, it's very simple to call someone out on a wrong decision because you know it's already done. It's over. You know what the right decision and the wrong decision was. So if you're going to talk all this smack about I should have started Robert Woods, you should say it before they both play, not after they both play. That's gutless.
No, I've got a point. No, Thomas, let me respond to this right now. Let me respond to this right now. Why would I tell you? No, wait a second.
Why would I say something? Why would I say something to you?
Yeah, why would anyone say anything to you?
Wait a second. I've got a point. So let me tell you, when somebody makes a decision, just in anything, the people that are around that or people that are on the outside evaluate that decision. What is the only way to evaluate if a decision was right or wrong? You don't evaluate if something's right or wrong before the fact. You wait and see the results.
Okay,
So right now we can say it was the terrible call. It was a terrible call, and it cost you your entire year.
Well, if you're going to say that, then say it before the week actually happens.
No,
Why would I tell you that when I need you to lose?
I'm not talking about
Why would
just
I
you,
say
Thomas.
that?
I'm not talking about just you. How about Fish, who's been eliminated since week 4? I would just speak up next time if you want to voice your opinion this much after. If you said something beforehand, I would be perfectly fine with this. I wouldn't have even said a word in response. But since you did not say anything before, I have to retaliate and call you gutless.
No, I don't know what
It's
other
not
way to
his.
say
It's not his job to tell
You're
you.
just wrong. You're wrong.
Okay, then it's not his job to call me out this much after the fact.
You're wrong about it. It's just that simple.
I am
Everybody
aware that I
in
was
the
wrong.
league is right. No, about this
Okay,
too.
now maybe if the league was right before the week started, and people told me that, people asked me why aren't you starting Robert Woods? You're a clown. Then this is perfectly fine. But no one did that, so it's not perfectly fine.
I don't know
All
why I
right.
expect people to say that to you. That's gutless.
Okay, then don't say it after the fact if you're not going to say it beforehand. That's not my problem.
I'm not going to tell you that you're an idiot when I need you to lose.
Okay, that's not my problem, is it?
And don't be calling us out on that.
Don't call me out on it then.
I mean, it was a terrible decision.
It was a terrible decision. Now we're not going to call you out on starting team for Robert Woods.
All right. So, who wants to bring up who's got another grievance that they want?
Oh, is everyone done with the grievances or?
Absolutely not.
I've got one. I've got one more.
I've got
I've got one more, and then I want to hear Sperator. I want to hear his thoughts on Daryl Henderson and that whole situation. I've got a grievance with T.J. Rogers, one of our listeners one of our listeners to this show, one of our better listeners, and in our redraft league, he's the number 1 team. I think he's 10-1 or something like that. And so this Sunday, was it this Sunday or was it this Monday? I think it was just this past Monday.
Yeah, I think it was Monday.
Everyone was in a state of flux. The matchups Thomas was involved in, that I was involved in, Sperator was involved in, one of our listeners, Andrew Hamlin, was involved in, who we just heard earlier on the show. We're all just some of us are very mad and upset about what has just transpired in this game. And T.J. Rogers has the audacity.
Who is 10-1? 10-1.
Who's 10-1? Yeah. Just throw that out there. He's 10-1. He's got the most points in the league. He's the best team in the league on paper by far, and he's got the audacity to complain the fact that he doesn't have a bye yet. TJ Rogers, I've got a couple of things to say to you. I mean, the only way to describe you is you are just a cold, gutless, self-righteous, selfish, hackadoodle-do for having the audacity to say that when everybody else in the league, guess what? They're trying to fight for their lives. They're trying to fight for playoff spots. Some of us are out of the league. Some of us have been out of the league and are eliminated from playoff contention. And you're complaining about 10-1 and not having a bye yet? You are a gutless puke.
Gutless. Sperator, you muted.
I'll start my rant.
Sorry.
If anyone would like.
Wait.
No.
Sperator had something to say.
Yes. So the main conversation about the show has been the injuries that we've all suffered. Now, going back to T.J. Rogers, who we just said is completely in the wrong. Read the room, T.J. Rogers. But let me read you a list of players let me show you, for a matter of fact, that have missed a list of his starters that have missed a game this season. Ready for the list? Ready for it? Here's the list. It's blank.
It's a blank sheet of
No
None of
paper.
his starters have missed any game this year, and he has
That's
the
not
audacity
true.
to complain.
That's not true.
Who?
Calvin Ridley.
All right. You know what?
One player for 1 week. No, I completely agree with Sparator.
Oh,
Read the
I'm
room,
You get the
TJ
point I was trying
Rogers.
to make.
Oh,
There's the list. End list.
Have a clue. Have a clue.
And he has
TJ
Alvin Kamara, the
Rogers.
best fantasy running back.
And Travis Kelsey, too.
And Travis Kelce.
Have a clue, you gutless puke hackadoodle-doo.
Let's
All
go.
right, so good.
I won't say I pulled a Sparator because I had many reasons to make this move.
Hold on a second here.
No. The fact that Jacoby Myers has been a guy on the come up. Okay, I had a nice 28-point outing 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago with the Jets. 4 straight games, 10+ points. And you're telling me you put up 6 points and I end up losing by 3?
I mean, I can't believe this. I can't believe what I'm listening to. I can't believe
He's
Curtis
complaining about
Samuel,
Jacoby Myers.
Devontae
That's what we're
Parker.
listening to.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
This is what
So
we're
what?
listening
Wait
to.
a second. What do you think? Jacoby Myers is like a wide receiver 1 stud now who's gonna put up 20 points every week? What are you expecting?
Against a Houston defense? Yes.
Oh my God! You don't think he was due for a bad game, and you have the audacity to complain about it?
I mean, he's looked at me.
My God!
Listen,
Take a walk.
You
Take a
cannot tell me
walk.
Jacoby Myers did not look like a wide receiver 1. Well, not in fantasy. I'm just saying a
Not-
nice, solid wide receiver 1 for the Patriots in the past 4 weeks.
Not a solid wide receiver one.
Yes, he has.
He's
Don't
a fluke. What has he done in his career up until the last 2 games?
4 games.
Nothing.
4 games.
Squat. Zilch.
I'm sorry I didn't know Demir Bird was Jerry Blank and Rice.
Gutless. All right.
Wait. Demir Bird has 1 good game, and you call him Jerry Rice. Meanwhile, Jacoby Myers has the same exact thing. He had 1 good game.
No, he didn't. No, he did. I think 10, 28, 15, 13, and 15 is a very respectable.
The only reason why he had 15 points is because of a fluky passing touchdown.
Oh my God, 10 points, okay?
That's not good.
I expected him to get more than 6 in a game I lost by 2.9.
Well, Thomas, guess what? I'm sure Luke had players that he expected to do better. But guess what?
Like
He
Kyler
didn't, so
Murray,
you're
he can
equal.
make that.
Like
You're
Kyler
equal. His
Murray.
team is better. This is fantasy football. You've been playing this before, haven't you? All right. I think we have 2 more things that we need to get into, and everyone will, of course, chime in and will let me know if they've got anything else they want to say. But 2 more things. First, I'm going to turn the reins over to Andrew Sparator,
God.
who had an interesting dynasty finish to his week. Andrew Sparator, take it.
Let me just explain to you what has happened in this dynasty league. So I started off 6-1. I had a tremendous team. I thought I was the front runner at one point, and then coming into this week, I am 6-4. I am on a 3-game losing streak, and on top of that, my whole team just kind of self-imploded on itself. I went from having one of the best teams to having one of the worst teams. I thought I was going to win so much that I traded away my first-round pick for next year for A.J. Brown, who, by the way, has sucked since I traded for him. But this week, I was playing going into the week, the team with the number 1 record and the most points scored, who, by the way, it is also T.J. Rogers, same guy from the other league. They're different leagues.
I'm looking at your team now, and this is not a good team.
Shut up!
No,
Shut up!
No, I'm going to make this clear.
Let him finish a
Not a
point.
good team.
So I'm coming into this matchup with no expectations to win, and going into Sunday night, I think I had an 86%. No, it was higher than. It was probably closer to 90% chance of
I
winning.
think you had like a 94% chance to win.
All he had was Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who scored the same amount of touchdowns in this game as he said all year. And guess what? I went against him in both leagues. Not just this one. I went against him in both leagues. So, all right, fine. I was basically guaranteed to win going into Sunday night. This Clyde Edwards-Helaire performance shouldn't change much since I was up. Since I had such a safe floor of winning. So going into the Monday night game between the Rams and the Buccaneers, I needed 6 points from Darrell Henderson. Now, everybody and their mom was saying that I won this matchup. 6 points is nothing for Darrell Henderson, who's been a top 20 running back in PPR leagues this year, based on the numbers, not based on the his actual performance. What does he do? He goes out there. He gets 10 touches and gets 9 yards on those touches. Now, I mean, I don't even know what to say to that. Darrell Henderson is not good at football. He doesn't deserve to be on an NFL roster. He's terrible. And, all right, fine. He could get saved by a touchdown. No, because there's a guy called Cam Akers. Cam Akers, coming into this game, had 2 receptions on the entire season. And what is Cam? None of them for a touchdown. 0 touchdowns. Not even a rushing touchdown on the season. And what does he do? From the 4-yard line, Cam Akers is inexplicably in this game. Sean McVay, what are you doing? 0 touchdowns in his career, in his NFL career for Cam Akers. And he's in on the goal line. What are you doing? So Goff drops back, and he throws a little dump off to Cam Akers, and he scores for his 3rd catch of the year and his 1st career touchdown. And it's not Darrell Henderson. And I'm going crazy because Cam Akers is not good at football either. He's even worse than Darrell Henderson is. And Darrell Henderson is terrible at football. And he gets the 1 receiving touchdown? That is disgraceful.
Wow.
I'd like to make a point.
Yep, go ahead.
I touched on this earlier. I'm not mad at my player. I'm not. Couldn't be more happier. First week I had him. Cooper Kupp had 19.9 points.
Oh my God, this again.
First half. He was targeted 11 times in the first half. And you're going to tell me. And here's an interesting stat line. In the first half, actually, they scored 3 times. On those 3 drives, 2 of them, the 2 drives they scored touchdowns on, Cooper Kupp was targeted 5 times. And they scored a field goal where he was targeted once. 11 targets in the first half. They had 2 other drives they didn't score on. Cooper Kupp did not get targeted. So you would think we're going to go back to Cooper Kupp because that's been what's working. He gets targeted twice in the second half. Twice.
I can't
believe this. I can't believe what I'm hearing.
How?
He's actually complaining about Cooper Kupp, who had 10 catches in this game.
Yeah, he's complaining about a guy who had 25 fantasy points. He's complaining about him. He had 25 fantasy points.
Did you not see his second half? Did you not see his second half? Did you not? Did you watch him? I know you watched him.
Be thankful you're in the spot.
He got targeted 2 times. Sean McVay, what are you doing? What are you doing, Sean McVay? And Tom Brady, gutless for throwing the interception. Gutless. Send the game to overtime. Send the game to overtime. Don't throw it into quadruple coverage. Send the game to overtime, Tom Brady.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. Thomas, I'm going to expect your letter of resignation sometime tomorrow morning.
You are eliminated from the playoffs. You are eliminated.
That means nothing. That means nothing.
You have managed your team so poorly. You could have traded. Oh, my. Actually,
we couldn't have.
Guess what?
Who could he have traded, Thomas? Who could he have traded?
You're right, because his team sucks.
Guess what? There's a league called Dynasty where I'm the new favorite. What don't you understand?
No, you're not. Wait till Chris McCaffrey, Kenny Galladay come back. Wait.
You're 6 and 5. You're the 3rd seed in the division.
They're not even on his team anymore.
I have the most.
My God. My God.
I have the most points allowed.
Thomas, you're embarrassing yourself.
Also,
you should stop right now. You should stop right now.
Who had basically all of his production in the first half. It's not like you can just press a button that gives Cooper Kupp the ball that he can magically just catch every single pass.
I said I was mad at Sean McVay for the play call.
Okay, that's not all on Sean McVay. You do realize there's something called halftime, and during halftime, teams game plan for the second half. You know what the Bucks did? They realized what the problem was.
Times. I don't want to hear that. He was open multiple.
You know that for a fact, or are you just saying that?
I know for a fact. There was a play where Jared Goff tried to throw a slant route, through ball slant route with Josh Reynolds into double coverage. He didn't catch it.
All right.
Nice little curl, wide open for 7 yards, I'll say.
There's also something in football called as a designed play. That is where they draw up a play specifically for a player, everyone else being a decoy on the field.
You shouldn't be throwing into triple coverage, Ferrator.
They're not going to go against a design play, even if he's in quadruple coverage. It's a design play for a reason.
And you're not going to design plays for Cooper Kupp in the second half? You can't tell me that after he had a huge first half.
He had 13 targets. What do you mean he didn't have design plays?
He's a monster. And you're going to tell me that after 9 catches in the first half, you're not going to target him more than 2 times in the second half? You're not going to design some plays for him? They should have known Buccaneers were going to game plan and try to stop him. They should have known that. They should have tried to set up plays for him. Gutless.
Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Do you think you're
He's like Jesus or something?
I think I'm a fantasy playoff owner. That's what I think I am.
You think you could just
Oh my
you
God.
could just tell NFL teams what to do better than they actually tell themselves?
I never said that. I said that it
Sounds like what
gutless
you're
when Tom Brady
saying.
did that. Gutless.
You're telling the Rams to design more plays for Cooper Kupp, and then you're telling them to know that the Bucs are that they're gonna game plan for Cooper Kupp. So make more designs for Cooper Kupp?
Yes.
No sense.
Doesn't make any sense, Thomas.
Yes, it does. You got to get your ball to your stud more than 2 times in the second half in a very close game.
Right.
Get the ball to your stud more than 2 times in a half.
Takeaways from that.
You're not saying I'm wrong about that. You're telling me the Falcons are going to target Julio twice and a half? No.
Takeaways from that segment. Thomas has no idea what he's talking about.
This is the one that's literally 3 and 8.
Oh my God! How many times is he gonna say
George Kittle and Saquon Barkley and Odell Beckham Jr. are out for the year.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Your injuries, you were able to trade away your injuries. Fish's
I went-
injuries were what's it called? He
They're
couldn't do
out
anything.
for the year. I can't trade players that are out for the year.
Okay. I went 3 and 3 without Christian McCaffrey. Started
Oh
off
my
3 and
God.
0 actually without Christian McCaffrey.
Thomas, you don't deserve airtime. You don't deserve airtime with what you're saying.
Get off my podcast.
No, it's
Hold
not
on,
your
are we
podcast. First of all,
seriously gonna go back
you're
to
not
that?
here. You're
Yeah, you
not
haven't been
here
even
for
back
your-
to the flying for you, moron.
You're not
been
here
getting
for your
huge
podcast.
You guys are gutless. You guys, every time Sferator's work, I'm like, okay, let's wait. Fish has something. Okay, I'll wait. I'm at the gym and I asked for 30
not
more
true.
minutes. I asked for 30 more
That is
minutes.
very far from the truth.
Fake,
So false.
fake.
Maybe it was
All
more than 30
right.
minutes, an hour. I was at the gym and you guys couldn't wait till I was done with the gym. How long do you think that takes? An hour?
We waited for you today, didn't we?
I was at the gym. You're right.
All
All right. I've got a last point I want to bring up here, and I think
Who wants to hear your
this'll
last point? Get off my
this will
podcast.
conclude it. No, and
Get off
Thomas, you're
the
making this. Thomas, you're making this so hard. You're making this so hard for me to say my next point.
Clown, man.
And Sferator, pay attention. Pay attention for a second.
Oh, Thomas isn't talking anymore.
Pay attention, because my next point, I can't believe it. I'm an idiot. I'm a hackadoodle-doo, gutless puke moron for this next point I'm going to bring up. And it's in regards to who I believe is going to secure the 5th and 6th seed in the playoffs.
I know my pick. And it's not-
TJ Gillespie is going to get one of them. He's 6 and 5. Everybody else is 5 and 6. So I'm here to announce to you this is going to be just the same as I do with my NFL picks. I'm basically right, or I get it more right than not almost every single time. When I just have this gut feeling, or when I'm this confident in a pick, I'm 100% right all the time. It's free money if you take my picks, and it's free money if you make this one, if you bet it in Vegas. The 6th seed in the playoffs
I'm gonna say-
will go to Thomas Walsh.
I love that.
Thomas Walsh.
Hold on.
Thomas Walsh will win the 6th seed in our league, and it's for one simple reason and one reason only. He's the luckiest player out of this pool of players by far. He doesn't even know anything about football, but yet it's going to get handed to him on a silver
How?
platter.
How am I lucky?
Not
How am I
expect
lucky?
that.
In my last 6 games, I'm 1 and 5.
It's going to get handed
I
to
was
you
so-
on a silver platter.
I was very prepared to dig so deep into you for being such a fraud, but then
I
I
will say
forgot.
who make the playoffs. I stated in the group chat last night. The 6th, obviously 5th seed, I believe, will go to TJ Gillespie, and the 6th seed will be secured by someone who hasn't been talked about in the playoff race, as me, Gank, and Ferris were the
It
main
better not be
race.
Kevin Welk.
It better not be Sam Small.
Sam Small will secure
Wow.
the 6th seed
God.
as Andrews first will lose to Luke, and Sam Small will beat me this week.
No, Thomas, you're wrong. Because in these spots, you're gonna win because it's gonna get handed to you. Something's gonna happen throughout the week, or something's gonna happen on Sunday where you are going to win in the spot.
This is a huge matchup. Can we look at the matchup and you're gonna tell me how I don't lose this? And everyone, take out.
I'm gonna tell you how you don't lose it because you're the luckiest player
You are
here
Thomas
by a
Walsh.
lot.
Let's go.
You're
Let's go look
Thomas
at it.
Walsh.
Let's go look at it, and we're gonna see how I don't lose this matchup.
This is pointless.
No, because I want to prove to you that Sam Small will be the 6th seed.
He won't be the 6th seed. Thomas, you're wasting your time. You're gonna get it. Andrew Sparator's an embarrassment.
Wait a second. Hold on. Guys,
Hold on. Can I say my prediction?
No. Hold on a second here.
Hey, you're gonna let him say his predictions, Ferretary.
Thomas Walsh just stated there's no way he wins. There's no way he wins this matchup. Guess what? He is projected to win. He is projected to win, and he says there's no way he wins.
No, you know what? Wait a second. I just had an epiphany. Thomas Walsh, right now, he's on record as saying look at him, listen to him as he said that he's gonna lose. He's so somber and he's so sad. I'm not gonna win. My playoffs is over. Well, guess what? When he wins after this Sunday, he's going to be the first guy in the group chat typing in all caps saying, yo, I'm the best player ever. Good fantasy managers find a way to win. I'm the winner. You're going to be such you're going to win. You're going to act like a fraud, and it's going to be the same situation over again. This is unbelievable.
I would like to say that the 5th seed will be going to TJ Gillespie, and the 6th seed will be going to Andrew Safari.
Oh, okay. Let's all be.
Oh my God! What are you nuts?
Okay.
What are you nuts? Have you seen his team? He's terrible.
He has a very solid team.
No.
Don't look at teams. Look at schedule.
He will beat Luke.
Oh wow! That's a hot
Terry
take.
McLaurin will go off this week. And so will Miles Sanders.
Miles.
Anybody want to say anything about his first round pick? About it, Miles Sanders being his first round pick this year?
Oh, terrible.
All right, everyone. So I enjoyed this podcast, and we really got to let our emotions out. It was nice being back with the fish tank inside the fish tank. So I believe that we will try to get another podcast on Friday. Where if we will look at our schedules and everything, hopefully we can get one Friday.
We're going to try to get one out.
Talk about Thanksgiving football, and then we're going to look into our league and break down all the possible scenarios, how everyone's doing, and great podcast. Do any of you have any last words?
It was just a great. It feels great to have. Like when we do our podcast and when we're in our little fantasy land. This is almost like a mental health day. This is like a mental health day.
This is much
airing
needed.
out our grievances with each other and with our football players. So it felt pretty good.
I would like to say one thing. TJ Gillespie. Your team, if one player gets injured, you are done for the year. Your team has absolutely no depth. Tyler Boyd has been so downgraded. He's trying to sell Tyler Boyd. He keeps telling us how Tyler Boyd's so beast.
Who's us? He's probably only telling you.
No, he's telling.
No, he's offered trade to TJ Rogers, me, and I'm sure other people.
I just like to say that TJ Gillespie, you are a clown, and you will not be making past the first round.
Bold words from Gags. All right, this was very enjoyable, and we'll see you next time inside of the fish tank.